What do you think is the biggest concern? I mean, what are you watching? Because, you've talked about a lot of different issues that we're facing right now as investors and as the investment community. It seems there are a couple of really key ones, which of course is the trade spat between the US and China and how that evolves, and what it means for interest rates, and therefore how that impacts investments too.
Right, it's a good point. I mean, look, clearly the trade war has escalated in the last few months. There is hopes that we'll see something at the G20. There's been reports overnight that China is going to offer some concessions to the US, but they may not be good enough for the administration. I suspect that revolves around technology. I think the US probably wants China to give up a lot of its technology advancement. China doesn't want to do that. So even if China buys more US goods, which I think they're probably willing to do, are they willing to give up this technological movement and advancement that they feel is part of their natural process to becoming developed?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's still going to be a struggle to arrive at a concrete trade deal between the US and China. That means that trade war could escalate further into next year. That's going to hit trade-orientated countries globally, especially in Asia, Korea, Taiwan, for instance. And so I don't think any of this goes away. Now, what does it mean for US rates? Well, I think the Fed is still very keen in terms of hiking rates. At the moment, they don't see the trade war escalation as a big factor stopping them from hiking rates. But I think the key question is next year, if that comes at a time, it's going to hit US inflation as prices in the US rise because of tariff. So that could actually push the Fed to hike even more or maintain its path at least. But then you have an environment where growth might start to slow down. So it's going to be a real struggle for the Fed.
So the flip side of that is also when and if Powell and company are going to be forced to hit the pause button, right?
Yes, exactly. Look, at the moment, we still think a deck hike is very likely. 3 hikes next year is still very likely as well. And it will be hard. I mean, again, people might even start talking about stagflation again, the prospects of weaker growth and higher inflation coming through at the same time.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.